Hello all. Today we'll be looking at one of the questions given in GATE 2020. It was a question on relations. The question goes like this. Let R be the set of all binary relations on the set 1, 2, 3. Suppose a relation is chosen from R at random. The probability that the chosen relation is reflexive is, you have to fill in the blank. So, to solve this question, let us look at what is a useful data to understand here. Now, what is a relation? Now, a relation is on a single set A is defined as a subset of the Cartesian product. Cartesian product is A cross A. And for a set with cardinality n, the maximum number of elements that R or the relation would contain is n square. Now, when is a relation called reflexive? A relation R on a set A is called reflexive if for every element A belonging to the set capital A comma A should also belong to the relation R, right? So now let us look at how to solve this problem. So the set that is given here, let us denote it by the element capital S, which is nothing but it contains the elements 1, 2 and 3. Also, let us write the cardinality of S, which is nothing but the number of elements present in the set. Let us denote it by the letter N and call it, and since there are 3 elements, so the cardinality of this set is 3. Now, to better understand what a relation means and how a relation is reflexive, let me take an example. So let us take, we have relations called small r, which contains of elements A comma B belonging to the set S such that A plus B is even, right? So what elements would this set contain, capital R? What ordered pairs would this set contain? Can 1 1 be a part of this set? Yes, because 1 plus 1 is 2, which is even, so 1 1 becomes a part of this set. Can 1 2 become a part of this set? No, because 1 plus 2 is odd, so 1 2 cannot be a part of this set. Can 1 3 be a part of this set? Yes. Can 2 1 be a part of this set? No. Can 2 2 be a part of this set? Yes. Can 2 3 a part of this set? No, because 2 plus 3 is 5, which is odd. Can 3 1 be a part of this set? Yes, because 3 plus 1 is 4, which is even. Can 3 2 be a part of this set? No, because 3 plus 2 is 5, which is odd. Can 3 3 be a part of this set? Yes, because 3 plus 3 is 6, which is even. So this is our relation. And this is one way by which I can represent a relation. I can also represent a relation using a matrix. So let me draw quickly a matrix. And in this matrix, the number of rows will be nothing but the number of elements in the set S. So since there are 3 elements in the set S, it would contain 3 rows as well as 3 columns. And how do you read element? Let's say what would this element mean? This element means that if 1 1 is a part of this relation R, we place a 1 here, or else we place a 0. Is 1 2 a part of the relation? No, so we place a 0 here. Is 1 3 a part of this relation? Yes, so we place a 1 here. Is 2 2 a part of this relation? Yes. Is 2 1 a part of the relation? No. Is 2 3 a part of this relation? No. Is 3 1 a part of this relation? Yes. Is 3 2 a part of this relation? No. Is 3 3 a part of this relation? Yes. So this is how you do it. Sorry about that. Now, how do you check if a relation is reflexive? Now, let us see from this set representation. When do we say a relation is reflexive? So for each element of this set S, right? Let's say 1 or 2 or 3, 1 1 should be a part of this relation. In this case it is. 2 2 should be a part of the relation. 3 3 should be a part of the relation. So we can say this relation is reflexive. Now how do I see it in the form of matrix? So what would you say about these elements, the elements that are present in the main diagonal? This is 1 1, this is 2 2, this is 3 3. So if all the elements, sorry about that, so if all the elements in the main diagonal are 1, right, we can say this relation is reflexive, right? So now you can roughly get an idea of when we call a relation as reflexive. Okay, so now let us come back to our original problem. I hope this is clear. Now in our original problem, it says that they have said there is a letter capital R which denotes the set of all binary relations. So one relation we saw as an example, small r, there can be, it says the set of all possible binary relations, which we also call in probability terms the sample space, right? And what is our event of interest? That the chosen relation is reflexive. So now by the discrete uniform law of probability, the probability of interest or the probability of E is nothing but the number of elements that are present in E divided by the number of elements that are present in the sample space. So now our question boils down to finding out what is this and what is this. So now let us do that. So now at first let us try to find out the cardinality of R, which is the number of all possible set of binary relations. So let me draw quickly a matrix. It's easier to visualize in the form of a matrix. So let me draw a matrix. Let's say the same set S. Okay. So the number of rows will be 3 and the number of columns will be 3 as well. Now for any of this element, let's say this is E1, this is E2, this is E3, this is E4, this can be E7, E5, E6, E8, E9. For any of a EI, right, it has two choices. Either it can be present by, if we denote it by 1, it means this EI is present, or we can say it is 0, denoting it is not present. So just an heads up, if I say that this relation, let's say I have this relation, let's say Rn, I tell you that this relation is reflexive. So which which elements are bound to be 1? E1, E5 and E9, right? So now if you understood this, each of these elements EI, right, it can be either 0 or 1. So it has two choices. For any element. And how many elements are present here? N square, or in this case 9 elements are present. Each element has how many choices? Two choices. So by the multiplicative rule of probability, the number of total possible binary set of binary relations would be 2 to the power n square, or which is nothing but 2 to the power 9. Okay. So now we have found one piece of our puzzle. So one piece we have found that the cardinality of R is nothing but 2 to the power 9, right? So now let us find out the set of, or the number of, all possible set of reflexive relations. So in terms of reflexive, see, let us see this matrix again. Okay, let me erase this so that it is better to visualize now. Okay, so in this matrix there are n square elements. We see there are n square elements, right? So now how many reflexive elements are there? All the reflexive elements are present in the main diagonal. Do you see that? Okay. And how many elements are present in the main diagonal? For a set with n elements, it can contain maximum of n elements, correct? So, and for these n elements, for these elements in the main diagonal, I have no choice. If it is a reflexive relation, I have to put one. I have to put one. I have no choice, right? For these other elements, these elements, and these elements, the upper triangulars and the lower triangulars as we call it, these can have two choices. So how many of these elements will be present? So there are in total n square elements, right? I'll just write that again for understanding. Minus, I will exclude those n elements because I don't have a choice for them. I have to select one. I can, for these remaining elements, which is nothing but the triangular parts, I have two choices. We already know how these two choices came. So now we got this small e also, which is 2 to the power n square minus n, which in this case is 2 to the power 6. So we got another part of our puzzle, which is the number of all possible set of reflexive relation is 2 to the power 6. Now by plugging it in this formula, the probability is nothing but 2 to the power 6 by 2 to the power 9, which is nothing but 0.125. So what is our answer to this question? The probability that the chosen relation is reflexive will be 0.125. I hope you got this. Thank you.